Now, another common question or concern that we get from people who already own the plot watchers are, man, the picture gets real fuzzy when I zoom in on it. And that is a component of the pixels, the amount of pixels in each frame of video. And I tell people all the time, our cameras are a 1.3 megapixel image. Now, a lot of people go, whoa, man, my trail camera has 6 megapixels or 8 megapixels. And in trail cameras, the race has been megapixels for 15 years. The one with the most megapixels seems to win. Well, that can work when you have an onboard light system and you're taking close-up images of the animals you're looking for at night. The problem, though, and it's contradictory to most people's belief, is that for video purposes, what you want is large pixel size, not large pixel counts. Now, what does that mean? That was my first question when I started learning all this. What's the difference? These cameras tend to have standard imager sizes, and a lot of them are 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. Well, if I'm taking an image that has 4 or 6 million pixels, I have that 1/4 by 1/4 inch image to place those 4 or 6 million pixels. Therefore, those pixels have to be much smaller to fill a volume of space that our plot watcher camera would fill with 1 million pixels. So in other words, our pixels on that imager can be much larger in size. Now, the benefit to that for video purposes is that if you think of pixels much like you would think as an objective on a rifle scope or a pair of binoculars, the larger the objective, the easier it is to see in low light conditions. And I often hear people say, well, I wish my trail camera X had the same lens my plot watcher has in it because I can see so much better right after sun up and right before sundown. And they think that our plot watcher has a better lens, and that it does have a great lens, don't get me wrong, but that's not the reason they can see for such an extended period of time. The reason people can take our plot watcher cameras and see for an extended period of time with no light source on board the camera is our camera is capable of gathering light and in lower light situations during times of the day when most of your animal activity is occurring, and it can do that because our pixels are large. Now, the downside to that is under great lighting conditions, you have fewer pixels so that when you zoom in on the image, those pixels will distort, or what we say pixelate. But again, this gets back to the purpose of the camera is to show animal activity, patterns of activity, and to see that, you need to see for as long a period of time as possible during the day. I would rather know that I can see a large-bodied animal entering the far side of a field, say at 100 yards, 15 minutes before dark every day, even though I don't know if that's an 8-point or a 10-point or what, I don't know how many points the deer has, but I see it. The alternative to that is if I had more pixels on there to zoom in during the optimal lighting times of the day, I wouldn't see that animal that last 15 minutes. I'd see a static screen. And I encourage people all the time, go look at video cameras. If you want to go buy a video camera, go online and look at some of these high-definition video cameras that are often used for some of these hunting shows that we like to watch on the Outdoor Channel. And what you'll find is those video cameras are usually 1 to 1.2 megapixel cameras, high definition resolution, but only 1 to 1.2 megapixels. And the reason is these guys are filming in times of the day where they're most likely to get something to create a show on during low light situations. That just happens to be when a lot of the animal activity occurs, and therefore they use cameras that have large pixel size in order to see in low light situations.